Everybody thinks wholesaling is fast cash, but let me tell you why most people fail at it and why those so-called motivated sellers get really hurt at the end. Let's start with the myth. The myth is that wholesaling requires no money, it requires no experience, and has absolutely no risk. But the reality is, it is a constant grind. It is huge call volume, and on top of it, it is thousands and thousands of rejections all the time. When it comes to the word wholesaling, in a regular business, you're probably thinking of Costco or Sam's Club or BJ's. It means selling a large volume, selling at discount prices, moving a lot of stuff. That's what traditionally wholesaling is. When it comes to real estate, it's not even close, okay? You don't have any inventory, you're not selling anything at a volume, okay? Let's just get that clear. This name was literally hijacked by somebody out there that's trying to push the narrative of wholesaling as a lot of volume. You're really not doing a lot of volume. The only thing that's actually a wholesale associated with this business is the fact that you have to get whole bunch of leads or whole bunch of names, some kind of contacts that you can reach out to. So when somebody is saying wholesaling, the only thing that's being sold in a wholesale manner is you buying thousands and thousands of leads, okay? So there's no wholesale. You're not going to sell 1,000 homes a month, okay? So that's just a myth. All you have is one shaky agreement that you're hoping that you can sell to somebody else before the home seller realizes that you're not trying to buy their property, really. Now, if you can go past all of this, let me explain to you how the actual process works. It's done by assigning a contract, and that's pretty simple, but often misunderstood. And a signed contract is when you have a purchase and sale agreement, you as a buyer, with a seller, and then you resell the right to buy that property to somebody else. That's all it is. Basically, you're just a middleman trying to get a cut between the actual buyer and the seller. You're not really flipping homes, you're not flipping anything, you're just flipping your own conversation and trying to, I'm not gonna say con somebody into buying or selling, but essentially you are just selling your own pitch. Now let's quickly talk about why people get hurt in this whole business. It seems like everybody out there tells it like, oh, we're finding the motivated sellers and we're really helping them, and it's really good for them as well as you. So that may be true in certain situations, but we live in America. There are no motivated sellers. Let me just say it like that. What you have is a bunch of people that are desperate, people that are going through some crisis in their life, that have a death in their family, that are going through a divorce, something bad's happening, and they really need to get rid of this property. So those are those so-called motivated sellers, okay? Now, another side that I didn't even touch upon with this video so far is that, yes, you have to have thousands of leads and you have to call all these people, and let's say you get a couple people under contract. By the way, you really have to know what the hell you're doing anyways, because how are you going to determine the price that you're going to pay if you have no idea what the market is like and what you can do with that property. So even the wholesaling idea without any knowledge without any experience is just laughable. But okay, let's say you do that. Let's say you get it under contract. Now, what do you do with that? Now you have to find a buyer for it, okay? And let's, for example, say that you purchase this from somebody that, needs the money. Obviously, they wanted to sell it to you because you came up to them and it was perfect timing, and you cannot find a buyer, right? So what happens is you put this person to a contract, you write a contract, a purchase and sale, and then you give yourself 90 days to close, right? But technically, you never had intentions of closing. You never had intentions to buy. Imagine if you actually bought like 10 properties in a year. You would need like $10 million to do this. So you never had intention of closing. So what that means is once you can't find a buyer, the inevitable outcome is that you're going to back out of this contract. Well, that person doesn't know that. The person that sold you the property, they got all of their hopes on this deal. And then you just back out and leave those people in probably worse situation than they were originally in. So that's really wholesaling in a nutshell. Really, wholesaling is a business that takes a team of people, lots of resources, and only one person is going to be making the money, okay? So unless you're the guy on the top with 10 people calling thousands and thousands of people, you are not going to make money, okay? And in order for you to actually do this right, you need a team of people and you need bunch of information before you get into this business. So don't waste your time. My point is, don't waste your time. What you have to do is, just like anything in life, just like anything in real estate, you have to add value. In order for your friendship with somebody to grow, you have to add value. In order for you to make some money in real estate, you have to add value. You have to add something to the project in order for you to charge more money. This middleman stuff is great, but it's inconsistent. It's not a good business model unless, like I said, you have a call center full of people doing it. That's why you see those people and you see 100 people in the back on the phones. They're all working for hourly. The only guy that's making money is probably the guy pitching the idea or selling the leads. That's all. So don't be afraid of work. People forget these days that work is not some kind of allergy or some kind of disease. Think of doing this, do one project and make $200,000 or $300,000 on one project instead of doing 50 projects and calling million people. Just do one project, think about it, invest in it, add some value, do another unit, subdivide, do something where you add value, and then sell it and make some money.